Hi everyone, it's me again. I was thinking about something while I'm in the middle of braiding my hair. Um, my name is Dee. I'm married. I'm a Texan. My husband's from Rhode Island. I'm almost 60. He's 71. We're grandparents, raising our very last grandchild. I adopted and been raising her, so I'm really mom. And um, and my husband's Italian, and I just noticed something I wanted to talk about. Um, I thought I'd have these little videos because they keep saying people over 50 should get on YouTube. So we'll see about that. We'll see how this works out. But I want to talk about something that I noticed. I don't know if you're interested in this or not, but I noticed something when I got married to my husband. I used to think, and tell me if you've noticed this, I used to think that when I see interracial couples moving around town and in this grocery store or wherever we're running errands, and I would see them passing by, the first thing I would think of is, they're kind of rude. I am a Southerner, and we take great pride in hello, how are you, good morning, how you do, total strangers. That's just what we do. And to me, when I started noticing interracial couples, specifically black women and white men, because that was my new demographic, right? Um, I was noticing how they seem to be oblivious to their surroundings in public. And I thought, are they rude? Are they, you know, you know what I mean, snobby? Or something else going on? I just thought, what is this coldness, this kind of unaware of your surroundings kind of thing? It's like they were avoiding eye contact with people because, and that's just my thing, because I tend to be very outgoing. Obviously I'm on YouTube. This is a huge leap of faith. But um I noticed something. I noticed this, and after I got married to my husband, I was so aware of people, strangers, primarily Southerners, and I was aware of the stares. I was aware that some places literal conversations would stop when we come into the area, come into the room or the waiting room or the restaurant, or it was crazy. And I thought, this is getting weird, planet Earth. Hello. Anyway, by the way, I've got like this much gray, and I'm exhausted. I had a hysterectomy 3 weeks ago today, and I fatigue is a real thing, and I'm gonna be, I think, resting for a very long time. I had an abdominal hysterectomy, which is just like the whole slice. And I got my stitches removed. I think they removed my stitches day before yesterday. So I I'm at home. I have a lot of time, and I just thought, you know what? Everybody keeps saying, get on YouTube. I'm like, who wants to listen to me? But hey, let's see what happens. So this is going to be hysterectomy interracial conversation. Okay. Well, when I got married, back to the subject, I noticed the people I was out of my comfort zone. So I was unfortunately very aware of what was going on in my environment. My husband, on the other hand, Yankee, Rhode Island, was like, woohoo, no big deal. So what? And I'm over here like, everyone's looking at us. And not everyone, but the vast majority. Like I said, I'm a Texan, and I'm in a area that's a little small townish, if you will. I just put some hydrating cream on my hair. Gray hair is really dry, and so I just put. And this is like brownish. This is my own hair. I'm going to add in some hair into that. But anyway, and then I'm going to put some gel on it. Anyway, so I just thought interracial couples are kind of snobby. No, I get it. I get it. I get it now. Married 10 years, and I get it. You literally have to learn how to just go about your day and tune people out. You know, it's a culturally speaking, I don't know about the northern black people, but culturally speaking down here, when you come to a four-way stop sign and you're black in the black neighborhood, everybody's looking at every other person in their car. Okay, you can't survive and continually doing that in an interracial relationship, because you don't want to see what everybody's thinking, because not everybody wears a mask very well. And it just got to where it was weird, you know. And so I learned, guys, I actually learned how to tune out the world. I learned how to go to the grocery store, walk down the aisle. If I was on a different aisle, this is today. This is like right now in our life. If I walk down the aisle in a grocery store, this is the hair that I'm blending, bright white with a little ash blonde, and then actual gray. I'm mixing the three colors together to kind of create something. And where I'm whiter, I'm adding more white, and where I'm darker, I'm adding more of the gray. But anyway, so I learned over the years to not see the people, just not give eye contact. It's against my very nature. But I learned in some environments, I have to do it. And because I just don't want to see everyone's expressions. We were at the hospital, the doctor's office. This was a couple of weeks ago before my hysterectomy. And there were some white men, older. I tend to get a lot of this from the older generation, I noticed. I am of the older generation, so that's my environment most of the time. And we were sitting there in the waiting room, and my husband was sitting next to me. It was strange because we were just talking. My husband and I don't know what we were talking about. We were just talking. And these two older white gentlemen were sitting kind of across from us, but they weren't there when we got there. They just came later. So I guess in retrospect, they probably just assumed that we just happened to be sitting next to each other and just striking up a conversation. Not that we were husband and wife. So these guys were going at it, having a good time, you know, laughing, talking and all that. And then it was time for us to leave because we were waiting on someone else who was getting care. And when they came out from their appointment, we rose up to leave, and they froze. Like, we're sitting here, here's our seats, my hubby and I, there they are in the little, like a few seats across from us. And we rose, I stood up, and my husband, he always he'll hold my hand when I stand up, he'll pick up my bag or something like that. It's very relational, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look like two people are just walking the same direction. He's very handsy, you know. He'll, you know, like, come on, you know, sweetie, you okay, whatever. And their jaws dropped, and they couldn't even fake it. Okay, that's actually a normal day for us. And their conversation just stopped, like, and one guy, he looked at us and he just went, I guess I'm like, man, he's got to process this. Like, he's got to process this. We very often catch people needing to process what they see. That's crazy. That's crazy. But, you know, I guess I had to do the same thing when I was married. I guess I had to process the same thing, you know, I don't know. But anyway, so that's my norm. And now what I've learned is I've learned to just tune out my environment. I'm trying to stay friendly, stay Christian. Obviously, the love of Christ far surpasses my own comfort levels and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm learning to just, whatever I have to do, just not see the people, because you just don't want to spend every day running errands and doing life and watching people's jaws fall open when they see you. Or my husband likes to laugh when he says, you know, watch them try to compensate for what they just saw. Because sometimes we've noticed that there's different types of people who talk to us. There are those who are trying to relate. So when you make small talk with a stranger in the South, they're trying to relate. And that's usually a good thing. I usually just, you know, whatever. Sometimes I get called gal instead of lady, ma'am, or something. And I'll talk to those people, and we'll just strike up a friendship, a conversation, and I can tell they're trying. I don't choose to think that they're racist. I choose to think that they're ignorant until they prove to me they're racist. And then you have those who, this is a real common thing. They'll be talking to my husband, and then I'll walk up from whatever, maybe I was in the women's department of the department store or something, and I'll walk up, and then they look at me and they start ebonics. Oh, hey, so what's, down or whatever. I'm just looking like, were you talking that way a minute ago before I showed up? So we get a lot of that too. And then you got those who just don't care. They're just going to completely let you know what they think. Not verbally, not all the time, but it's a thing. So let me tell you what we do. Well, let me tell you what I do. My husband's a little bit bolder than I am. I take it to the Lord in prayer, because only what you do for Christ will last. And the Lord told me before I met my husband, he said, you're getting ready to walk into great division between the black culture and the white culture. And I don't want you to build a bridge. I want you to be a bridge. Y'all, I didn't even know what the Lord meant. I thought, oh, I'll just have some white friends, or maybe I'll be at a white church, something like that. I didn't understand what he meant. Well, I know now. And this world is in so much division right now in the nation. And I'm really glad that the Lord made me the way he did. So we can go deeper into that conversation. And you might not like my opinion on it, but I have one. And it's not about race. But anyway, so I love you all. Just wanted to share that. We overcome by the words of our mouth. No, we overcome by the blood of the Lamb. Quote a scripture I can't remember. The blood of the Lamb, the word of our testimony. And what people don't like to add is the last part of that says, and loving not our life unto the death. I love you. God bless.